park looks like there yet. You know, they are ramping up, I'm going to say slowly. They're ramping up. And as opposed to being completely slammed on opening day and just holding on for dear life. And there's some logic to this. It's like, let's work out the kinks. And so now we're past a month in now. Certainly, it's had bugs. There are days that things don't work. When it rains, people freak out. They don't know, you know. A lot of the rides are very outdoors, and in the Florida thunderstorm, they just don't operate. It's that way for any park, and so if it's your first time there and you've paid a lot, you kind of want everything to work.
Often lost in the shuffle is SeaWorld. Is there anything new going on at SeaWorld this summer?
SeaWorld just opened, what they call it, Expedition. Oh, good grief. I'm going to look this up. SeaWorld has just opened one of those flying theater things that takes you to the Arctic. You know, it's cold. It's like Soarin' at Epcot, only different and wider and taller and cold.
Well, wait a second. They had one of those back in the 90s, I remember, like in the mid-1990s.
So they did have a simulator more like Star Tours.
Right.
But this is more of a feet dangling. It's I would say it's the same thing. It's similar, different format. SeaWorld, I was just there this week, and they've added this baby shark show.
I was
reading
about that.
not like a toothy, not a newborn shark, but, you know, the character baby shark. And right, and you know, it wasn't as mind-exploding as I expected it to be. You know, and it certainly has a very distinct audience. People are lined up to see this show, so there's demand. This is a fun fact I learned this week, that the Baby Shark Dance is the #1 YouTube video, most viewed YouTube video in history. And it's something like 16 billion views.
Now, the impetus for this interview was an article that you wrote last week about some of the things that are disappearing from Disney in particular. And, you know, we know from looking at online chatter that longtime hardcore Disney fans tend to get really, really upset when you take stuff away. And some of the things that are disappearing have been around since the 1970s. Can you give us just a quick synopsis of, you know, what is disappearing and how quickly?
So the first thing that's going, well, this isn't the first thing. The next thing that's going is Tom Sawyer Island and the Rivers of America at Magic Kingdom. The park opened in 71. These opened in the spring of 73. So not original, but it feels like it. You know, if you round off, it's close. It's old school for sure. I always say someone cares about every square foot of Disney World. You know, it'll ruin their life if that's not there. And so there's certainly a lot of sentiment for Tom Sawyer Island. And for the riverboat that goes around it on the Rivers of America, which basically skirts Frontierland, but also Liberty Square. Like, you can see the Haunted Mansion on one side, you can see Big Thunder Mountain Railroad on the other as you make the loop. I don't know if it draws new audiences. It's one of those things that people didn't care about until they said it was going away, and now it's going away. I think some people are just mad because it will change the look. It is quite pretty. It's very romantic as the boat goes around, and it's a vista. Also, later this year, and this is the date we don't have, they're changing Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. And that's going to last through this year sometime, but then sometime next year it comes back as Rock and Roller Coaster with Muppets, and that's at Hollywood Studios.
Of course, the theme parks here are always busy during the summer, but the hard part about summer here in Central Florida is that it rains usually every afternoon, and it is hot and sticky with temperatures well into the 90s. So how do you navigate that?
My first rule of theme parking is find your shade. So don't just stand in the sun when you don't have to. Find your shade, and of course sunscreen and hydrate and all that stuff. But find your shade. You know, just I see people standing like plotting their next move in the sun. Oh, find your shade.
Dwayne Bevel is the longtime attractions correspondent for the Orlando Sentinel. And Dwayne, I don't think anybody knows the theme parks better than you do. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And that's it for our 4th of July weekend edition of the Weekend Roundup. As always, we thank you for listening, and remember, we do want your feedback. You can send us your thoughts and story ideas to weekendroundup@cbsnews.com. As always, you can find the program online wherever you get your podcasts. The Weekend Roundup is normally produced in the CBS News Washington Bureau. This week's Roundup has come to you from Orlando, Florida. Sarah Fishman is our technical supervisor. Alan Ping provides production assistance. Have a great and a safe 4th of July weekend. I'm Peter King, CBS News.
WPHI-FM Jenkintown, KYW and WIP-FM HD2 Philadelphia.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
I'm Raquel Williams. I'm the next